Nnamdi Kanu not currently facing any treasonable felony charge, IPOB leader legal team clarifies. According to the legal team, the treasonable felony charge initially filed against the IPOB leader was dropped after his rendition from Kenya in June 2021. The legal team representing the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has clarified that the separatist leader is not currently facing any treasonable felony charge. According to the legal team, the treasonable felony charges initially filed against the IPOB leader were dropped after his rendition from Kenya in June 2021. A statement issued by Aloy Ejimako, ESQ, on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu's legal team on Thursday, said the clarification was necessary because such inaccurate publications are highly prejudicial and capable of misleading the general public. Making clarification in the statement titled Important Clarifications Regarding the Case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the Attention of Media Organization, the team said, first, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not currently facing any treasonable felony charge. The correct information is that from 2015 to late 2021, Kanu was facing 2 treasonable felony charges. However, even as he was renditions for the treasonable felony offenses, both charges were dropped by the federal government after Kanu rendition from Kenya. Another charge that was dropped was a misdemeanor having to do with the defamation of former President Muhammadu Buhari. Thus, from 2015 to 2021, Kanu was arrested, detained, prosecuted, nearly murdered in Python dance, exiled, disappeared, and infamously renditioned for charges that were all later dropped or withdrawn. Second, at the moment, Kanu is facing charges wholly related to broadcasts alleged to have been made in furtherance of terrorism. This does not mean the same thing as facing charges for Kanu personally committing any physical terrorist act, as he suspects, as aspects of the media often mistakenly suggest. This is not semantics, as the mere uttering of words of making a broadcast is, at law, marked different from committing an overt physical act. Suffice it to say that this is one of the obscuration that will, as yet, create profound complications as Kanu hankers down to defend himself against charges that carry the death penalty. Third, the declaration of IPOB as a terrorist group by the Buhari administration in 2017 was not driven by any evident act of terrorism, but by a discriminatory tendency which was later declared unconstitutional in a landmark judgment by the High Court of Enugu State in October 2023. It was therefore expected that the present government, being more committed to the rule of law as it were, would have, pursuant to this judgment, taken administrative measures to formally deprescribe IPOB on its own volition, making its fourth clarification regarding Kanu's case, the legal team noted. The judgment of the Supreme Court in December last year unequivocally exonerated Kanu from any notion of having jumped his bail on September 2017. To be sure, the Supreme Court, which was made aware of the pertinent judgment of the State High Court of January 2022, quoted copiously from the judgment in making its determination that rather than Kanu, it is the federal government that is solely responsible for Kanu's inevitable flight to exile. For this reason, the Supreme Court further examined that Kanu's bail should not have been revoked, that he was obtained by deception, and that extraordinary rendition was a criminal act. It is therefore a dilemma and an oxymoron that those who committed a grave criminal act against Kanu are amongst those detaining and prosecuting him, the statement said. According to the lawyers, the kernel of this whole case right from its inception in 2015 was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's professed commitment to self-determination for his people. It further said, and I quote, "In other words, Kanu is possessed of a protected political opinion Buhari's government timidly considered criminal and thus sought to suppress it by means of punishment of some sort. That is exactly the reason the United Nations Human Rights Council had, in July 2022, directed for Nnamdi Kanu's unconditional release and discontinuation of his trial. Other international tribunals have also weighed in against Kanu's trial and his continued detention. Thus, as the trial is docketed to proceed apace, it remains to be seen in Nigeria It remains to be seen if Nigeria will ultimately succeed in insulating itself from its treaty obligations. So they say they don't do it in, they don't show that is no longer being accused of terrorism charge. Because if they accuse him of terrorism charge, I would be like, waiting the man do. You understand? Waiting him do. Because see him through, holding him for nothing is a total disgrace against Nigerian law enforcement, a great disgrace that doesn't obey their own court order for the country. The only treasonable criminals that should have been defending their freedom should have been Malami and Buhari if Nigeria is a country. He has no case to answer. He has already been framed by the law. He's a free man. The terrorist government is confused. At least Biafra will come. Always his last words. I respect you, sir. The only crime that Nnamdi Kanu is committed is that he is fighting for his people, and that's all. But Elohim Chukwe Ukike will definitely see him through. Step by step, we move forward, and we must continue. God bless Nnamdi Kanu. But another Nigerian, those who call themselves intellectual, may come in one radio station and open his nonsense mouth saying that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. They have already addressed this issue. Not even this year. They addressed this issue a long time ago. A freedom fighter is not a criminal. Yes, so he's not a criminal. Let them release him now. If you do not want Igbos to insult you, do not tell them the truth and just keep praising them. I don't think that is true. If you do not want them not to develop, keep dashing them Amajiri street beggars 20 naira means 20,000. That is the height of illiteracy, and I don't start. Nigeria is a country where lawlessness, ignorance, and stupidity is considered patriotism. Our demands are simple. The international kidnapping government of Nigeria should release Nnamdi Kanu, the kidnapped victim. Keeping Nnamdi Kanu in DSS kidnapper dungeon will never stop Biafra restoration ideology. For us, Nigeria has expired and dead with Biafra in our heart. The earlier we go our separate ways peacefully and develop on our respective pace will be better for all. Nobody has the monopoly of lawlessness and violence. Those that makes peaceful democratic referendum impossible makes violence, conflict, and war inevitable. Self-determination is a universal legitimate right endorsed by UN and adopted into law by Nigeria. We don't want to use our 2 ears to hear that something happened to Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. Alright, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.